Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Hiveswap Friendsim. This one's interesting because the Friendsim literally went up for sale on the Steam page about a minute ago. About 15 minutes ago. So this whole thing feels very impromptu because I've just been sitting here all night waiting for the Steam page to load so that we could start the stream, and now it has. So we are going to go. Hello, chat. Welcome to the party. And yeah, let's just get right to it. I have to go to work in a couple hours, so I don't really have time to dawdle. We're just going to play through this. It's like, we'll take our time to enjoy it, but we don't have a lot of time for in-between stuff. Anyway, here we go. You've been lucky enough to acquire a bounty of friendships since you arrived on this planet. But there's still an emptiness nestled right in the crock of your heart's atria. Maybe making one more friend will fix it. Maybe this next one will expand inside your chest like a sponge in the bath, pushing out all your sadness, loneliness, and insecurity. After all, number 20 is the charm. Alright, who have we got here? Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. That's his... Okay. So this is Tiguri Caliber, apparently. This is how we imagine. This is... Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference? We'll get to him in a second. So first we have Zebede Tongva, who immediately reminds me of Hunk from Voltron. That's the vibe I get from him. Maybe it's just because he's yellow and also a little overweight, but he reminds me of Hunk, which is a good sign already because Hunk is one of the great underappreciated characters of Voltron. And finally, and over here we have Tiguri Caliber. Okay. So first of all, there's that. Also, I love how both of his names are sword references. Tiguri is like some kind of Japanese sword thing, and Caliber, of course, is an Excalibur. Actually, looking at him, I think we might have been hinted... I think this character might have been hinted at before. Because, remember, what was it? Volume 3, I think, where Surava mentioned that they were saved by a troll who I dubbed Troll Dirk. Well, this might be Troll Dirk. But we'll get to them in a minute. First, let's start with Zebede. And then we'll move on to JoJo Troll Dirk. Tonight, you're abuzz with excitement. Wait, no. Your palm husk is vibrating in your pocket. One of your friends is contacting you. You pull it out and a notification pops up. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Is requesting to add you on Chitter. Or actually, no wait, zzz, buzzing. That's actually their username. Sorry. Zzz, buzzing, zzz. Sounds like a gold troll if I ever heard one, given the bee theme. The message is accompanied by a little icon, blue, with a silhouetted winged animal. Some of the similarities between this planet and your own are starting to stretch your powers of belief in coincidence. Whatever. JoJo is a valid kid name. Very true. You pull up the app and read the message from... Could it be? Your potential new friend? Z buzzing Z. OMG, hi! I hope it's okay to contact you. Oops, I should introduce myself. We finally have music. I was beginning to get bored of the lack of music. I saw your picture on Surava's stream. Hey! Speaking of Surava, I'm one of your biggest fans. But now I'm one of yours. Love those looks. Anyway, I would love to chat if you're open to it. If not, it's okay. You can just ignore me. Haha. This is a very familiar interaction. Everyone else does. Could this be the universe reaching benevolently down to do you a solid? It's like being given a giant pile of money unasked, which actually happened in the last part. Come to think of it. You didn't have to do anything for this friendship. You didn't even have to walk anywhere. All you had to do was join the fabled social media, and it's literally appeared in your pocket. Your hands are shaking a little as you go to respond. You don't want to seem too eager, or do you? You have no idea how to approach this. You think Z buzzing Z. You thank him for his compliments and say that you would be happy to talk sometime. In an instant, a notification pops up inviting you to download another app. Fabled social media. You do it, and a video screen opens. Suddenly, you can see your new friend's face. He's sweetly round and roly-poly, and smiling at you broadly. What's this app? It's like looking at the little hexagonal icon in the corner there. It reminds me of the Beatles. All those bowl cuts. Anyway. Hi! I'm Zebede. I hope it's not too sudden to gripe gripe? Oh, Skype. Gripe you like this. He is friend-shaped. He is very much friend-shaped. Is it okay? Oh my god, you don't have to respond to that. Oh, he's adorable. I love him already. Sorry for being weird. Let's start over. How do you know Surava? Apart from being extremely friendly, this troll also seems to run both sides of the conversation by himself. Befriending him is the least effort you've ever put into anything. His enthusiasm is really cute, but there's something about him that unsettles you. Looking at his hopeful face gives you a dark stab of humiliation you don't quite understand. You swallow down the discomfort and tell him the story of your friendship with Surava, leaving out Surava's personal background. He hangs on to your every word. That's so cool. I wish I could hang out with you guys. Oh my god, that I'm implying you'd want to hang out. It's just... no one ever comes to visit me. Oh, this is sad and relatable. He takes out his phone and taps a few keys. A notification pops up in front of the video. It's a direct message from Z buzzing Z that says Z sad face. You ask him why that is. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's good for the bees. But I guess no one thinks it's worth the effort to come all the way out here. It's just me and my Lucius. And he can't really do much around the hive. Sigh. He's fine. He really says the word sigh out loud? Which I didn't even do. Which I did too, just sort of by complete happenstance. Why did I even do that anyway? Whatever. Despite saying it was fine, he seems dejected, with a distinct downward angle to his shoulders. Sorry, his shoulders. His buzzy accent is kind of getting to you. Ask him about where he lives, ask him if it's really fine. There actually isn't much of a clear-cut answer, correct answer here. Ask him about where he lives, ask him if he's really fine. Yeah, I really don't know which is more correct here. I'm just going to start from the top and see what happens, I guess. You say it must be nice to live in the countryside. You mentioned that you did get to see some of the rural Artania when you met Skyla, and it seemed beautiful. Zebede's face twists into a grimace. Yeah, I guess. Sensing this is a moment for sympathy, you tell him that you're sure his friends would come visit if they were able to make the trek. Sure. Sounds like you did visit another troll that lives in the countryside, though. So I guess you thought it was cooler than me. Oh, you thought she was cooler than me. Oh, no. That's like, it's whatever. I'll need my friends to pick me first. You struggle for words. You want to reassure him, but you also don't know him that well. Blech. Hair in my mouth. Cat hair. You meekly protest that you didn't mean to say Skyla was cooler than him. You didn't even know him then. Maybe you'll be able to visit him in the future, too. Yeah, maybe. Oh, this is going downhill. I've heard that before. He's not rejecting you, but you get the sense that a wall has been raised. You're sure you're going to keep chatting with Zebede from time to time, but you get the sense that you're never going to become a true friend. You're stuck in acquaintanceship limbo. Looks like you failed to earn his trust. Ah, that stings. That's a great face. Anyway. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. Load. Yeah. Are we loading? Yeah. Yes. Ask him if it's really fine. You tell him that you'd understand if he's not okay with it. After all, you say, it would really hurt your feelings if your friends didn't make any effort for you. Isn't that what friends are supposed to do? He gives you a grateful smile, some tension releasing from his frame. Oh, I would never ask that of anyone. I don't want to be annoying. Like, sometimes I really wish someone would take the time to visit. But I totally don't blame any of my friends for not coming. Like, I understand that you have to decide which friends come first. And I just don't. Some people are just cooler and more fun than me. This is... Ugh. This is Tavros all over again. Ugh. It is understandable. This really must be your lucky day. First of all, no one has threatened bodily violence to get towards you in the past 10 minutes. Your fear for your life is at a low-key, reasonable level. Second, this troll is making it really obvious that what he wants you to do. This is a total slam dunk of friend opportunity. Friend opportunity. Say you'll visit. Not even given the choice. Zebede's face transforms utterly. It's astonishing. He goes from sullen and shadowed to utterly radiant. Your heart pangs with an overwhelming surge of fellow feeling. True, you've seen other trolls react emotionally in the emotively at the sight of meat and blood and your own body sparkling under the moonlight, but Zebede is the only one with such an extreme reaction to friendship. Minda likes the trolls that make him fear for his life. Oh, yes, I do. They're fun. Man, you're really feeling this, little guy. You'll come? Really? That's so cool. Thanks. This is going to be so good. I'm going to get all the best snacks, and my Lucius is really cool. You'll like him. This is so exciting. You leave Zebede to his preparations, even as the bubble of joy inside you goes a little wobbly. You aren't used to such high expectations from prospective friends. Mostly people just expect you to be an imbecile. You absolutely can't screw this up. You made a promise to your brand new friend. Unfortunately, that promise is to visit him in a house that is, by his own admission, so far away that not even people who know what the fuck is going on can be asked to find it. You haven't thought this through, but that's never stopped you before. First things first, what old friendships can you call on to help you out? I.e., who is likely to have a vehicle of some kind? Good question, actually. You can always call up to Gore to see what he thinks, but you don't want to be too needy with him. Amusia? Well, she doesn't look tall enough to reach the pebbles. Zebra? No. Just no. It's very much no. You are a strong, independent alien who don't need no troll. You also don't think aliens are allowed on public transit, and you don't know the number for troll taxis? So you'll do crime! Perfect! What did Connell do when she stole a car? Punched the lock off with one big fist. You won't be punching off any doors, but eventually you find a car that isn't locked. Almost like someone helpfully left it for you. Ha! Sucker. Is it just me? Okay. Am I the only one suspicious of Doc Scratch here? Like, Chad, I need someone to, like, check me on this, because it's almost like someone helpfully left it for you, followed by the word sucker, which Doc Scratch said a lot throughout Homestuck. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but this feels like a Doc Scratch scheme. I feel his presence. Yeah, I don't know, it's just the use of the word sucker just set off alarm bells in my head. I think this is Doc Scratch messing with us. It pricks slightly at your conscience as you slide into the seat and fire up the autopilot, heading out into the country once again. Yeah, it's like we already know that Doc Scratch is facilitating Hiveswap, and we know that there's some weird bullshit space magic that caused MSPA Reader to land on Alternia in the first place. So I think he's in the background somewhere messing with stuff. Anyway. And of course, the second thing we see after we jump into the car is the Green Moon, where Doc Scratch lives. I don't know, my plot sense is tingling, guys. And this isn't Adventure Time either, where, you know, the meaningful numbers I spot just spell booby. we are back in Homestuck territory, where that kind of little thing can be a hint. But recently, anything that isn't brutal, indiscriminate violence kind of doesn't faze you. So you stole a car. Big deal. It's not like anybody died. This is it. So begins your gradual slide into total moral iniquity. A hardened criminal. That's you. Zebede does live pretty far out. He hadn't been exaggerating. You use the time to curl up in the back seat and catch up on some sleep, all the while trying to ignore the fact that the car reminds you of being inside a large, squishy animal. At least you get a few radio channels out here. Oh yeah, and there's the moon, and the other moon. And the other moon, and the moon's moon. Zebede's hive is big and buzzing, literally. You hear a persistent drone of bees, and standing right outside is the boy himself. He's so excited he's bouncing on his toes, clapping his hands together. He has a gold symbol on his shirt. You wonder if he's a psychic. You've finally been here long enough to pick up on racial stereotypes. Go you! Stream's messing up for you? Let's see, is anybody else having problems with the stream? Yeah, maybe just refresh it. Maybe just refresh the page and see if that helps. I haven't been noticing anything on my end either. Okay, anyway. You're here! You actually came! I seriously can't believe that someone actually went out of their way to visit me. Well, you don't really have a way to go... Well, you don't really have a way to go out of, but you keep that to yourself. You're more than happy to accept the friendship points. Zebede leads you into his hive, which, like Skyla's, looks like he made a lot of it himself. Well, technically all the trolls did, but that's neither here nor there. Anything interesting in the background? Not particularly. More bee stuff. I mean, like, all of the Goldbloods have a bee theme, but Zebede leans into it hard. There are hanging baskets of flowers and plants everywhere, and a zigzag shelf holding up a stack of colorful books. In one corner is a big screen TV and an entertainment center. Zebede vanishes into another room and leaves you to get comfortable on the big couch, which is unsettlingly striped yellow and black. The buzzing is pretty loud in here too, and you look around for bees. You're not thrilled about the bees, honestly. You wish there were some music on your phone to drown them out. You're thinking about following Zebede and seeing if he needs help. When your phone starts to vibrate, you look down and recognize Seraph's username. Oh dear. See, now this one, I think I see what the right answer is. Actually, what's the chat saying right now? I know it's just... So the chat is saying that the problem is definitely on their end. Okay. Let go to voicemail. I think the right answer here... Well, I think the... Okay, so I think the correct answer is to let it go to voicemail, because if Zebede sees me talking on the phone as soon as I walked in the door, he's going to be like, oh, you've got better friends than me, blah, 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 you know, self-esteem issues. On the other hand, no, that's not going to happen. It's like, I think there is a slim chance, I suppose, that, you know, he could see me talking to Surva, and then like, we put Surva on, like, speakerphone, and then he talks to Surva, and he gets all excited about that. But I think that's still not going to work out for me in the long run. Like, somehow after that point, things would go bad, even if I'm right about that. So, since answering the phone is the wrong answer, we're going to pick it first. Because that's how I play games. Might as well. You have no idea how long Zebede's going to be in there. And if there's anyone with music, it's this troll. Hey, dude. Sup? Can't believe it took you this long to get a chitter, LMAO. Damn, you're like really lost without my help, huh? Looks like you only got 2 followers, though, LMAO. You can feel some nameless tension in you bleed away into the lump of the lofa chill hop beats murmuring softly through Serva's mic. If only you could just go spend some time with your cool friends and stop making new ones. But even the thought makes your stomach wring itself out like a washcloth. MSPA Reader has some weird codependency issues. I mean, like, I get wanting to make new friends, but the single-minded determination with which MSPA Reader needs to acquire as many friends as possible is a little unhealthy at this point. like at a certain point, that okay, he's on an alien planet. He doesn't know anybody. You know, yeah, of course he wants to make friends, but now we're like 20 friends into this, and it's like, okay, dude, you have a problem. Like, the fact that you are forgoing old relationships to seek out new ones for no real reason, we're starting to cross into unhealthy territory with this. Gotta catch them all, yes. There's no point wishing for things to be different from how they are. You do anything for new friends? Anything? You see what I mean? Something's wrong here. I mean, he's on Alternia, so if there's any place where he belongs, it's addiction is a powerful thing. Thank you, chat. You ask him if they have any chitter advice, you know, on how to be a cool guy online. Hello, welcome to the chat, Inkspill. I mean, you definitely came to the right troll. I don't know if I should be, like, managing your brand more than I already did. It's just risky for me, you know? It's hard enough maintaining my image as is. Other streamers always on my bulge, LMAO. Doesn't mean we can't hang, though. I mean, it was really chill last time. Also, I need my clothes back. Excuse me. You assure Serva that you still definitely have their clothes, and that you totally did not destroy them in an epic battle to save a giant collie. Oh yeah, that did happen. That was when Skyla was when we lost that first set of trolls. Clothes? Did we? Never mind. That's cool. No worries or anything. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out today. If not, it's chill. I got all sorts of shit I can get up to, LMAO. You know how it is. But yeah, let me know. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the bad route. We're gonna close the app, and we're just gonna see. I can see how this is going to end already. We're going to close the app, look up, and Zebede is going to be standing there with tears in his eyes. Oh, wow. How did you suddenly become so popular? Maybe this is what happens when you finally get online. Get online. Not only are you hanging out with one friend, you've got another one clamoring for your attention. Social media is amazing! You tell Surava you would love to chill, but you're currently out in the middle of nowhere hanging out with someone else. Maybe Surava has heard of him? Zebede Tongva? Surely everyone on the internet knows each other. I don't know him. Sorry, lol. You spell it Zebede's chitter handle? Surava's face does a complicated dance between shock, worry, and wry amusement. I don't want to be mean, but I've had this reaction before. It's I mean, Zebede's nice and all, but I have had followers like him. And he can be it's like, there is a line, and people like Zebede can cross over and make things a little uncomfortable. Oh, dang. LMAO. What are the odds? Small internet. So Surava does know him. I mean, I know of him. Man. Awkward. Are you guys tight, though? You tell Surava that you aren't tight yet. Pretty loose, but you're working on it. Which is why you're currently in the middle of nowhere sitting on this bee-themed couch. Surava scratches awkwardly between their horns. Is that like what you go online to do? That whole scene? Oh, this is getting more nefarious. This might be more nefarious than I thought. Scene? The only scene you know about is the friendship scene, and possibly the clown scene, and the meat scene. Actually, you may be in more scenes than you give yourself credit for, and you get the feeling that you're right on the edge of another one. You can taste it, and it makes your stomach growl. You tell Surava whatever the scene is, you're definitely not part of it. You don't even know what they're talking about. So what are they talking about? Not to, talk shit or whatever. Because God knows golds who live in a glass hive of tenuous, curated online social interaction shouldn't throw stones or whatever. Is Zebede a bee furry? A bee furry? It might be where we're going with this, actually. Fuck knows, I got up to some shit back in the day. But you maybe shouldn't hang out with this dude. Especially when you're, right on the edge of breaking out yourself. I mean, you have to be careful with this shit. I told you what happened to me. I told you what happened to me. Internet fame isn't a joke. They gesture vaguely towards their missing eye. Here, let me just link you. Oh dear. A link pops up in the gripe chat. You follow it to what appears to be a fan fiction account. Nothing wrong with a little fan fiction. Never been much of a writer yourself, but you're pretty pro anybody. But you're pretty pro anybody doing what they feel. But you're pretty pro anybody doing what they feel like, as long as it's not gruesome murder. You're a real chill dude that way. I mean, right, yeah, same. LMAO. Not trying to judge or whatever, but you'll see what I mean. Scroll down. Oh, this is /fic. You scroll past the first few pages. Most of these seem to be about some band that you've never heard of, and then almost at the end you find... Oh. Oh. Oh, damn. This appears to be a fanfic about Surava. You don't click, though. You kind of get the idea from the tags. Well, Surava is a big deal, after all. You guess it makes sense that people would include them in their, fantasies. You do it all the time. In a friend way. Yeah. You get what I'm saying now, though. Ooh. Yeah. Real-life people /fic, that, Yeah. I mean, live your dreams, right, LMAO? Any guy on the internet who can write whatever he wants about me, but, like, I don't want to see it. Neither do I. FYI. Like, it's like... like, this is one thing where just on a very, very practical level I can relate to Surava on this one. Just a heads up, you know? You get how that could be a little awkward. You tell Surava that you will be careful of your infant internet fame. Although you doubt anyone will ever write anything about you. Who would want to read about your dumb fuck exploits? I have to side with Surava. If the internet could stop shipping real people, the world would be a better place. Yeah, it's... Like, the real people shipping is just... Like, that's... You're getting into some weird territory with that, man. Yeah, LMAO. Come over whenever. Come over whenever. I'll smoke you up. Great. More bug ass. You end your call with Surava and navigate back over to Zebede's fanfiction account. You pick one of the ones not about Surava. One of the teen-rated ones. You don't have anything against erotica, but, maybe you'll save it for later. You don't know any of these characters, and the context is doubly indecipherable. The troll music business. But if this really is Zebede's writing, he's pretty good. You have such talented friends. Hey! Sorry it took so long. Shit. Zebede sneaks up on you from behind. You quickly lock your phone, but apparently not quickly enough. How did you find this? Oh god, you went searching for me? I thought we were friends. Wait, of course you're friends. Friends don't go digging through each other's shit. I would have shown you my fic if you just asked. You tell him that you absolutely did not go looking for it. Surava gave it to you when they called you up, just now. Zebede's face closes down. Is it just you, or has the sound of the bees gotten louder? Oh, right. So your cool friend Surava told you. I see how it is. No, they just called you. You just answered the phone. No, it's fine. I totally get it. Haha. Even coming all the way out here, I'm still not a priority. Yep, and here we go. Yep. Called it. It's fine. It's not even a big deal. Totally used to it. You and Surava. What are you, mate sprites? You're absolutely not mate sprites with Surava. You're not mate sprites with anyone, as far as you know. Fuck, having so many friends is exhausting. Oh, really? Like, your life is so great. I get it. You have so many friends and you're so popular and everybody wants to spend time with you. Zebede is crying and not trying to hide it. It's very sad and extremely awkward. You feel terrible. Also, like, kind of a dickhead. You're not doing all this complaining about your lot in life, when, to tell the truth, you're actually got a lot going for you. You have all these amazing friends who go out of their way to check up on you and ask if you want to hang out. Of course, all that complaining is just in your internal monologue. It's not like anybody can hear your thoughts. Thank God for that. Well, I'm so glad that you and Surava have each other. Maybe you can hang out with them and make fun of me some more. Try to tell Zebede that you absolutely are not making fun of them. You were just curious about his hobbies and interests. You absolutely want to read his fanfiction. Bet the kid isn't listening anymore. Fuck you. You hope the car has enough gas to get you back to civilization. Awkward. The car is a literal beetle. That's kind of great. Okay, well, as predicted, that was the wrong answer, and it even went wrong in about the same way I predicted it would go wrong. So that's kind of a first. All right, let's load them up. Let's load up and try this again. We'll just let Surava go to voicemail. You decide to just let the call go to voicemail. You're busy with a different friend right now, and you can just call him back on your drive home. Or not home, but the closest you've got right now. It will give you something to do besides sleep. You mess around on your phone for a little bit, filling out your profile on your chitter. Alien Invasion of 1. Just here, I guess. Yeah, it went more wrong, Minda. Yeah, it went wrong, like, more so than I thought, but I did get, like, the gist of it right. That's honestly the best you can come up with. You aren't quite sure how your age would translate to troll years. Sweeps? So you don't bother with that. You've already gained some more followers. Sort of retreated your intro treat. Or chirp, whatever. Zebede comes back in with a tray of snacks and 2 glasses of something bright red that you hope isn't Fago or blood, but that goes without saying at this point. Hey, who are you talking to? I heard your palm husk go off. This guy does not have a good sense of boundaries. You tell him that you weren't talking to anybody. You let the call go to voicemail. Does he really think you're the kind of person who would take a call from someone else while you're having a hang sesh? Heck no. Aw, you didn't have to do that. Zebede says that, but he's obviously incredibly happy that you did. He sets the tray down and hops up on the couch next to you. So, what do you want to do? I have a bunch of really cool stuff that we could check out, but I don't want to make you just do whatever I wanted. Well, as long as it's not Fago. Yeah, incidentally, I've been... This morning I picked up a spare bottle of Fago just in case we had more purple troll interactions. So I have that in reserve. Just anytime... This is going to be a thing now. Anytime Fago comes up in the stream, it's going to come out of the fridge. I know we barely know each other. Haha. You tell him that whatever he wants to do is fine with you. You aren't picky in any sense of the word. Zebede seems a little at sea by your lack of an opinion, but eventually he puts on the first episode of a pirate show. This is nice. It's nice to just chill for a little while. But you barely get through the opening credits before Zebede changes his mind and puts on a show about space pirates instead. Then he gives up on that too. He keeps looking at you for input, but the extent of your expertise with troll pop culture is Ramel's knockoffs, and that one shitty romance flick Papaya took you to see? Okay, hang on! Hold on, time out! I've been waiting for this, I knew it would happen, but we have hit the point now where both of Papaya's Polypa's routes have come into play in later things. Like, okay. Polypa's name is not pronounced that way. Okay. I need to, like, stop, roll back, and actually say that in a sensible way. Okay. So, So from time to time, MSPA Reader will reference events from past Friendsims, and it's been not really clear which ones are canon and which ones aren't. Like, that's been deliberate, but I think this is the first time where where we've seen him reference both sides of a route, both the successful route and the failure route, because in an earlier stream, he taught what was her name? The artist, like the fanfic artist Blue Blood. I forgot her name. Sorry. Like, we killed the troll who accosted us in Polypa's failed route. So the failed route was canon there. But now he's referencing going to see a movie with Polypa, which only happened in her successful route. So, Ramale, yes, Ramel, silent E. Yeah, Ramel. Like, we fought off the same Purple Blood who we met in Polypa's failed route. But now we're referencing going to see a movie with Polypa, which only happened in her successful route. So the timeline is fucked! Anyway. Seer, it's like, this is why I considered myself a seer of time for a long time, because I notice these things, I notice these timeline shenanigans, you can't get them past me. Can't! Anyway. Okay, so. It's like, you created the time paradox! Snake! He keeps looking at you for input, but the extent of your experience with troll pop culture is Ramel's knockoffs, and that one. Her name's right on screen, and I forgot it already. What the fuck? I Can't believe Romel's name is on screen and I forgot it. Anyway, and that one shitty romance flick Polypa took you to see. You're not informed enough to have an opinion. You're seriously down for whatever. So yeah, it's like, this is another thing where, with Zebede, I've noticed, is that, like, he's so wrapped up in, it's a bit like MSPA Reader, in fact, where he doesn't really have a personality of his own. He just wants to do what other people are doing. Like, that's kind of the sense I get from him. Which sounds mean. And, like, I'm sure that's mean. He does have a personality, but, like, he's, like, hiding it because he's too afraid to show his real personality in front of people. He just wants to do what he thinks other people are what other more popular people want to do. So, like, he's just trying to please people, not thinking about himself. Very unhealthy. Don't do that. Be yourself. Be your true selves, and you'll find true friends that way. You know. Yay, harmony. Zebede does the same thing with video games for a while, becoming increasingly more distressed. You feel deep empathy for his plight, but also mild annoyance. You understand this unreasonable fear of beefing it in front of your friends. You feel like that pretty much all the time. You eventually suggest to Zebede that you could just watch the last thing he watched on GrubTube. Zebede goes a delicate gray color that you've come to realize is the troll version of a Blanche. Oh, that's, yeah, we could do that for sure. But you know a guy's GrubTube queue is, you know, kind of personal. Not that I don't trust you. If you can't trust randos you meet online and invited to your house, who can you trust, right? This guy is everything I have to make a conscious effort not to be, according to chat. It's like, yeah, it's like, I remember when I was a lot younger being like this around new people, but I'm way past that now. It's like, now I am one of the popular internet guys that people like this come up to, which is just a weird thing when I think about it, but there it is. You feel that way too. You've also felt the overwhelming urge to throw yourself into the arms of strangers since you crash-landed down here. So, like I said, these guys are a match made in heaven. You tell Zebede that you aren't going to judge him. You don't judge your friends. An overwhelming look of trembling gratitude comes over him, and once again you feel an uncomfortable pulse of empathy. You are used to being the desperate one. You aren't sure how you feel about this turnabout, all this social power. Okay. The two of you scroll down through the history on his GrubTube account, and you find yourself choked up by the incredible trust he's showing you right now, letting somebody behind the curtain. There doesn't really seem to be anything worth getting stressed over, no porn or anything. He does have a lot of videos of Serva, specifically ones where they are actually on camera. Turnabout social power. Oh yeah, they're so cool. It's so rad that you guys are tight. I really want to meet them someday. He sighs. Then he sighs again, a little louder. You catch on to your part in this bit and tell him that you can probably figure out a way to make that happen. You hope he doesn't have to follow through. You hope you don't have to follow through on that, though. Serva's a busy guy, and you aren't sure they actually let anybody into their hive. Well, besides you. But you seem to be the exception to a number of rules. You guess that you keep that last part to yourself. The rest of the videos in his recent history are about a band called Hatched to Dance. Music videos, interviews, and compilations of vlogs. Vlogs? I've never seen vlog spelled that way, but I assume that's what that's supposed to be. You guess it. You ask him what all this is. It's like, I really hope we don't have to follow through on that. You've never heard of H2D? Really? They're so cool. They're my fave. I mean, he gets shifty-eyed. I mean, whatever. They're alright, I guess. Their music is certainly catchy, and they have a pretty dope group dynamic. You mentioned that all of them seem to be pretty good-looking, too. Really? I didn't know this. You think so? You point out a guy with tall horns that swoosh into hooks with a lot of white hair that falls into his eyes. This guy is particularly handsome. This is Troll Sephiroth. Him? I mean, he's okay, I guess. If you're really basic. Not that I think you're basic or anything. He shows you some of the music videos. They have really high production values and extremely elaborate sets. All of the band members sing and dance and get very close to kissing each other. He's been really nervous about showing you this, his deep, dark secret that he likes music videos. Is being into pretty pop stars some kind of cultural taboo? Troll K-pop? Yeah, this does sound like Troll K-pop. Not really, just... It's kind of lame, right? I just really want you to like me. Yeah, this is Troll K-pop. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. And you do like him. You just wish he wouldn't say shit like that. It's embarrassing. And also, it reminds you that you yourself have gone around doing pretty much the same thing. Pretending to agree with everything your prospective friend says. Lying. Saying you're into things that you aren't. Just all around being a big phony. Yeah, see? It's like... I mentioned this like a half hour ago, and now we're finally getting into the psychosis that is MSPA readers' need for affection. The circumstances are different for you, though. You're an alien. This is hostile territory. You don't have a hive or Lucius or even horns. So it's way less pathetic for you to be like this than it is for Zebede, right? Right? Deep down, you know you're full of shit. You're just coming up with reasons to excuse behavior in yourself that you condemn in others. You hang your head in shame. Zebede, who's not privy to your internal monologue, looks confused. Is it possible that you're doing the wrong thing in your eternal quest for friends? Could it be that... Before you can spiral into a full-down existential crisis, you hear a noise from outside that you really, really don't like. Several noises, in fact. A crash, followed by a thump. Followed by a, "Get out of here, you fucking piece of shit, you thief!" Oh dear. Zebede scrambles around to look over the back of the couch. You can just make out a shape through the window. Oh dear. Hey, this is a totally wild question that I typically would never ask a potential friend, but... Did you steal that scuttlebuggy? Oh dear. Ha! Funny story. You didn't know what else to get... You didn't know how else to get out here. Typo. This is a funny thing. Since I always play these games, like, the minute they come out, I always find typos like this. And then, like, the next day they get corrected. Like, if you go back and play this game yourself, I'm pretty sure this typo will not be here. You didn't know how else to get out here. You did it for him. For your nascent friendship. Oh, wow. Nobody's ever stolen a scuttlebuggy from you before. Did you forget to take the GPS chip out, though? Because I think whoever you stole it from found it. GPS chip. Right. Fuck. This is not an auspicious start to your life of crime. Maybe you aren't quite ready to go it alone yet. Another crash and a rattle. It sounds like someone is taking pieces out of Zebede's hive. You get up and start for the door. Hey, what are you doing? You can't go out there, they look big. And they sound huge, you'll get killed. Right, he's definitely got a point there. But whoever is outside seems intent on demolishing his hive brick by brick. So they're going to get in eventually anyway. Better for you to go out there and face the music, so at least one of you gets out of this. Zebede stares at you. Weird, gooey, golden eyes. Tears pool at the corners of his... Weird, gobbly, golden tears pool at the corner of his eyes. You would do that? For me? Nobody's ever offered to die for me before. That's so nice. Okay, that was funny. Yeah, you're pretty nice. Also pretty idiotic, considering you're about to go give yourself up to a big angry troll whose car you absolutely stole. Well, it's been fun while it lasted. Actually, it's been mostly terrible. Oh well. Goodbye, cruel world. Wait! You have one hand on the doorknob with Zebede's shout rings against the walls and ceiling. No one is touching my new friend! I didn't realize my do it for her joke would become relevant. Yeah, it definitely became relevant all of a sudden. Do it for her, and I would do it again. We'll do it for her, that is to say, you do it for him. Outside, the buzzing raises to a rattling crescendo, so loud that it no longer sounds like animals. It sounds like weather or a fighter jet. The intruder screams, you wince, but you are also overwhelmed by gratitude and excitement. Zebede did that. For you. Did he just psychically sick a bunch of bees on this guy? The screams stop after a few seconds, and the buzzing gradually recedes. Yep, that's exactly what happens. You and Zebede are left staring at the door, then at each other. Behind you, GrubTube is autoplaying an H2D interview. Little ambient crackles of the right electricity you've come to associate with Cycle's wraith Zebede before that fades too. Did he seriously telekinetically gather up a bunch of bees and just throw them? Yes. Yes, he did. Well, I mean, yeah. Oh no, that sounds hard and potentially dangerous for the bees. I'm more like, ask them nicely. I'm bad at it, though. Sometimes it doesn't work. Well, it sure worked this time. Yeah! He's so proud of himself. Zebede nods, then he nods again. Yeah, that was pretty cool, right? And we just see a corpse covered in bee stings. The two of you venture outside to see what's going on. Nothing is going on. The night is quiet. The car is exactly where you left it, and there's no sign of the bees or the intruder. So either they ran away or they got stung so many times they dissolved into sludge. You feel another pang of conscience, but that's not enough to cover up your ecstatic surge of happiness when you see how chuffed Zebede is to have set some bees on the guy. You tell him you're I hate these extreme close-ups. You tell him you're grateful. You think about adding that you're proud of him, but you don't want to literally make him explode. You let him hug you instead. Guess that means you have a scuttlebuggy now. Yeah, spoils of war. Amazing, people died. You want some buttery exploded kernels? I make them myself. Well, I make the kernels in a pot and explode them. You tell him that sounds great. He's honestly pretty fun to visit, minus the sudden attack. You're really having a nice time, and that part was honestly entirely your fault. He should quit playing himself down so much and being such a desperate piece of shit. You mean that in the nicest way possible? I do mean that in the nicest way possible. And it's pretty good advice in general. You know, just to have floating around out there. Mm-hmm. Hey! Finally, we can be friends. So yeah, there you go. And that was that route. Real quick, let's check out this guy's sign, shall we? What is dude's sign? Gempio. Like somebody related to Scorpio. Oh yes, he is a. Yes, Gempio. Sign of the conscience. He is a prospit light dreamer. He is a prospit light dreamer. So he's basically a gold version of Vriska. Which is kind of funny when you say it out loud, but there it is. Anyway, we are going to just jump right into the next route, to Mr. Caliber's. So I will see you in a few minutes with that. Bye-bye.